Welcome back to another video. I feel like now is the perfect time to put this video out there. With the relocation to Dubai, there seems to be a lot of questions around Dubai in general. A lot of people wanting to relocate here. And there's a lot of topics to discuss. If you are going to relocate here, there's a lot of pros and some cons. So what we're going to do in today's video is hopefully give you the answers to all of those questions that you may have if you're looking to relocate here. Dubai is hugely publicized via social media, particularly with the fitness industry. You see the biggest fitness influencers in the world here, and not only that, you see the celebrities, you see a lot of the glitz and the glam and the money, and it attracts people. People want to come on holiday, people want to live here. So having spent a lot of time here over the past year, I feel like I'm well experienced to give feedback on what it's like to live in Dubai. There's a lot of common questions, myths, considerations all to look at. So we want to cover as much of those in depth as possible on today's video. But let's firstly start when I moved here. So I started visiting here a year ago and I trialed it a lot before I relocated completely. So I came for a week the first time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, spent a month here. So I really got a feel for the place. I think a lot of people will make the mistake sometimes of coming on holiday here and then thinking, right, I want to live here. But you need to appreciate living here is not like a holiday. You want to really trial it, you want to get a feel for it, understand what it's like to live here before making the jump, in my opinion. I liked it the first time, I liked it a lot the second time, and I loved it the third and the fourth time, and that's why I'm sat here today as well. But there was obviously more reasons why I moved here than just because I liked it here. Of course, the lifestyle, but there's benefits in terms of tax, VAT, corporation tax. For people who run businesses online, like myself, it's perfect because I was living in Rotherham previously, which is a small town, small mentality. Yes, there is a lot of great people there, but also there's a lot of cons to living in a small town. So with me running a business online, I have the luxury really to just be able to pick up and move anywhere. And I was traveling all over the world over the last few years and I never really had a base. And to run a business properly, you need that base. So I thought, right, where can I produce the best content? Where can I have the best quality of life? Where am I going to be the happiest? And what's going to be the best for my business? And it was Dubai. So we picked Dubai because of a lot of variables. It wasn't just a quick decision. It was something that I sat on and realized, right, okay, this is going to be the best decision for me. Let's do it. Of course, it's not just as simple as just moving here. You need to take a lot into consideration. The cost of living, the accommodation, family, loved ones, and really ensure that it's the right move for you. So let's break it down and kick off with accommodation. So when moving to Dubai, there's a lot of places to live. There's the Palm, the Marina, JBR, Dubai Hills, JBC, downtown, and other areas that you can consider living. For me, I chose the Marina because I've relocated to Dubai. I want to be in the mix of it. There's coffee shops, it's great for networking. I've located myself on the outskirts of the Marina where there's not as much traffic, but you've got to consider that. Traffic is vast in the Marina. If you obviously are coming into the Marina, the Palm, JBR, because of the location, you are going to pay more because these places have more to offer. The views, of course, what is around it, and typically these are the places that are going to attract the tourists. So when living here, you need to consider that. So to give you an example, I live in the Marina with everything around me, endless things to do, a great view of the Marina. You're going to pay more. So I roughly pay, and this is a good price in the Marina, £3,000 per month, and that's sterling, English. So typically you're looking at London prices if you're going to compare that to the UK. And what you get for your money there is a 1-bedroom apartment, 2 bathrooms, and that's not with bills included. So when selecting an apartment, you need to understand and you need to negotiate that. Are your bills included? Because you're living in the desert. Is your aircon included? You've got to look at that because this is all going to add up and that's all going to come to cost. If you want more for your money and you want a bigger space, then you can look at places like JVC, Dubai Hills. Again, beautiful places, just not in the center where everything is. So you get more for your money, but with just less to do. So that takes me on to my next part, which is cost of living. So of course, what you've got to consider is I'm comparing this to my small town Rotherham and Sheffield in terms of cost of living. Here you can pick up a mortgage for a 3 to 4 bedroom house for around £600, £700 a month. Of course, if you're going to compare this to London, which I've spent a lot of time in, I would say it's pretty similar in terms of cost of living, but what you need to consider is there's a lot more to do in Dubai. There's a lot more distractions. If you're gonna come here and live that Dubai lifestyle, then that's gonna be an expense. But in terms of food, in terms of petrol, in terms of car prices, these all vary. Believe it or not, petrol is ridiculously cheap here. However, food prices aren't. So you've got to shop around. What I do is I won't typically use the app InstaShop. I instead shop at places like Carrefour. So you compare that to your Aldi version of the UK. So you learn how to cut costs here rather than just going for ease. Because if you go in for ease, you're gonna spend a lot of cash. But of course, when you do need it, Dubai is known for working around the clock. So it has tools such as InstaShop, which is an app. You can do your weekly shop and it's at your door within 10 minutes. So that's the beauty of it. If you're working, if you're grinding, you can do your food shop within a click of a finger, it's at your door. So that's what you're paying for there. Things such as gym memberships as well, these are more expensive than the UK. So typically a gym membership seems to be priced here anywhere between £70 to 200. Dependent on the gym, I've seen more expensive than that. So you are paying a higher ticket for gym memberships. Car prices vary as well. If you are looking to lease and finance cars here, you're talking a lot more. In terms of purchasing cars, these are okay prices, comparable to London and the UK as a whole, very similar. And again, taxi prices. Taxi prices are cheaper, but of course, if you're spending a lot of time going back and forth to places, 2, 3, 4 taxis a day, that's gonna add up. So you need to weigh up what is your benefit. To bring an example, I was paying £375 a month for a BMW 1 Series in the UK. To get that out here in Dubai, it is probably double, if not triple the price. Of course, it's cheaper to run it with petrol. I'm still getting taxis because it's still cost effective. I'm only getting 1 to 2 a day, and I've not had the time, truthfully, to go and look for a car yet. That will come. So bringing back the cost of living to me and my example, I remember being sat in the UK and receiving my tax bill from the HMRC and thinking, this can't keep happening. So of course, for me, who is now saving a significant amount on income tax, VAT tax, and corporation tax, it's much better because in Dubai, it's income tax free. On VAT, it's going to be 5% as of 2023 and 9% on corporation tax. And as far as I'm aware, they're bringing that rule in June. So still with those percentages, I'm in a much better financial position. So these are considerations. If you have a business and you are paying a significant amount of tax in VAT and corporation tax, then consider it. I was at a very young age where I had to put a big sum of money into my pension to avoid that. And that wasn't something that I wanted to keep repeating, putting money into a pension that I'm not going to be able to draw down on for 30 years. So coming to Dubai allows me to invest my funds in much better opportunities, and therefore later on in life I can utilize these and I'm going to be much better off financially. But again, to do this, you've got to consider giving up your UK residency, which is what I've done now. You will see a lot of people doing this and not considering this. You can only, and I can only be now in the UK for 90 days. So that means, of course, families, friends, you've got to take all this into consideration because I can't just go back to UK and spend 3 to 4 to 5 months. I've got to be situated and located within Dubai and stick to the rules and regulations that they put in place in order for me to receive and reap those benefits. So when setting up my business, I used a company called VirtuZone to help with the process. They set everything up from bank accounts, getting me through my medical, ensuring that I had the correct paperwork and the documents to be officially a resident in the UAE. Another key person who played a significant role in my transition to Dubai was my financial advisor, Ryan, who again, I will attach his Instagram in the bio below. And I was using Ryan well before I came to Dubai. And he was giving me great advice in terms of where to invest, but I was at a point where I was at a dead end. I was investing money into my pension. I'd maxed out the investments into ISAs. So I was at a position where it's like, right, okay, you're gonna have to pay this VAT, you're gonna have to pay this corporation tax and this income tax. We can only limit you so much to stay within the law. So Ryan pushed me significantly because he was telling me how I could be a lot better off and I could make a lot better investments if I was to relocate to the UAE. So to younger people watching this who may be doing quite well financially, reach out to him because he will be really helpful. He lived here for 10 years, so he knows the ins and outs. And not only that, if you are doing well at a young age, you want to be investing your money. A huge reason why I'm sat here today is because it solidifies my future. I'm able to invest money wisely, I'm able to live a better quality of life, and my business should thrive being here because the opportunity is better with the people to network. A common question I've been asked is, what is the key figure that you need to earn if you are living in the UAE? And that's a broad question. It's going to depend on your lifestyle. If you're out doing lavish things and you want to live in lavish apartments, it's going to cost. If you're living in a bog standard apartment, not really doing much socially, of course you can live a cheaper lifestyle. But I would say that the sweet ballpoint figure to live a good life and not be on a budget in Dubai is around the 10 to 12K a month. That way you're going to be able to enjoy what Dubai has to offer. You're going to be able to live in a nice apartment and you're not really going to be watching your money. And again, this is just my opinion, but you do see a lot of people come to Dubai and try and keep up with that lifestyle, and they're quickly back home because they've not been able to afford that. So just make sure you have the funds, you're able to enjoy it. But of course, taking all the finances away, Dubai is a beautiful country. There's no theft, there's no crime. You look at the UK now, and it's sad to say this, but if you're out wearing designer stuff, watches and nice bags, you're gonna get them robbed. Everybody is just very respectful because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be on the wrong side of the law here. Whereas in the UK, people don't seem to be scared of the law or the police, so they can get away with whatever they want to get away with because the penalties aren't that bad. To give you an example of this, I was in the gym. One of the first weeks I was ever in Dubai, and I left my phone on a bench, which I commonly do in the UK. Heart drops, you think it's a goner, odds are it is. I went back 2 to 3 hours later, the phone was still on the same bench. It's safe, it's secure, and to bring kids and families up here, I can see why people do it. Not only that, it's so clean. If anything, it makes you a little bit of a snob when you do visit other places because there's so many staff covering everything. The streets, there's nothing on the floor, there's no litter, the toilets are constantly cleaned. It's such a beautiful place to be in because it is so well respected by everyone who lives here. So I feel like there are common myths that surround Dubai, in particular clothing. So if you go to a beach or you go to a pool party, of course you can wear a bikini. Of course you can take your top off. If you visit in the mall, just wear clothes like you would visit in your local shopping centre in your country. Be respectful of the religion. Again, with public affection, if you're at the beach or if you're within a hotel, you can show public affection to your partner. You can hold hands, you can kiss. Of course, don't be absolutely snogging the face off your partner. Be respectful, it's a common sense approach, but things have relaxed here over the last few years. The next one is alcohol. Can you source it? Can you drink it? If you're in a hotel, a restaurant, a beach club, of course you can. They have some of the best beach clubs in the world. Of course they're going to serve alcohol. I've had some great times at some beach clubs. They've got the best hotels in the world, so of course they're going to put entertainment on with alcohol. And again, it just comes back to the respect point. Just make sure that you're not walking the streets drunk and disorderly. You're not walking the streets with bottles of wine and bottles of beer in your hand. Just have respect for the religion within the country. But one of the main things that really sells Dubai to me is the people here. Everybody wants to see everybody doing well. There's no jealousy. People come here to hustle. People come here to network and grow and develop. People take huge risks and relocate here because I truly believe it is a land of opportunity. I have met some incredible people who have built incredible businesses. I've networked and built relationships with incredible people just by being in Dubai, because people come here and not only do they want to develop and grow themselves, they want to see other people doing well. And coming from a small town like Rotherham and Sheffield, where there's a lot of jealousy if someone's doing well, it's so refreshing because you can bounce ideas around, you can develop, you can build networks and relationships with other people, and you can watch them grow, they can watch you grow. But spending time around that, it's refreshing and just drives you to be better every single day. Now let's get to the distractions. And there's a lot of those. You see the pool parties, you see the celebrities here. And if you want to live that lifestyle, it can suck you in and it can swallow you up and spit you out just as quick as you got on that flight here. So just be very, very careful. Of course, I've come here to grow and develop and network, so I pick and choose the socials very wisely. But if you are coming on a holiday, great place. You can really, really have a good time at the pool parties, at the beach clubs. But if you are coming here to grow and scale, just be considerate of the distractions. Every day of the week, there is something to do socially. So as you can see, there's a lot more pros than cons. But to summarize it for me, the quality of life is much better. I can finish work, I can go to the beach, I can walk around the marina, I train out of the best gyms, I spend time with like-minded people, I save an absolute wedge on my tax bill. So mentally, that sits better with me, and financially, that sits better with me, where I can invest that money much more wisely than paying HMRC in the UK. And I can live in a beautiful apartment with beautiful facilities and wake up every morning and be grateful for my surroundings and what I've built. So I came out here for a holiday, I loved it, I trialed it, and now I live here. And the common question is, how long will I stay here? And at the minute, the plan was a few years. I can already see that turning into 5 years. And who knows where I'll live, but the quality of life is much better here. There's a lot of benefits from living here. So for now it's Dubai, and who knows what the future holds. But I hope this video was helpful. I know there's been a lot of questions and a lot of people wanted me to cover this. And of course, if there is further questions, do feel free to ask away in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you and help you out. But I really hope that you found this useful and helpful. It's a great place, a great country. If you don't want to live here, make sure you visit it for a holiday, and we'll see you in the next video.